Hello everybody. Before we begin, let me introduce myself briefly. I'm Chen Enguang and I study in the Shandong Normal University. First of all, let us think about a question together. Among a group of faces with different gaze directions, which one will we pay attention to first? Is it looking directly at us or looking away? Some behavioral studies observed the stare in a crowd effect, which means that the visual search performance of direct gaze was better than diverted gaze. However, few of the papers that are often cited as demonstrating a stare in a crowd effect have actually replicated this search efficiency advantage. Also, it's unclear whether the neural mechanism was related to the fact that direct gaze was more easier to capture attention. To answer this question, we conducted an ERP study and analyzed the N2PC component, which reflects the attentional process that is used during the visual search. Meanwhile, eyes are an important part of face. The processing of eyes is inevitably affected by the processing of faces. Thus, we explored whether the direct and the diverted gaze differently capture attention under different face processing types. We recruited 38 participants to finish the visual search task. Each trial simultaneously presented 4 faces, which were changed in face processing and gaze direction. Participants were asked to judge whether one of 4 faces looked into a different direction from the other 3. Next, we analyzed the behavior results and the ERP component results. For N2PC component, in the 200 and 300 milliseconds, the average amplitude of 3 pairs of electrodes were calculated. In terms of behavioral results, there were faster RTs for diverted gaze than direct gaze under configural and futural face processing, but the difference was larger in futural processing. There are the grand average waveforms of ipsilateral and contralateral ERPs. The different waveforms under each condition were further analyzed and presented. What's more, ERP results showed that the reliable N2PC component were elicited by the diverted gaze target rather than the direct gaze target. That demonstrated that the diverted gaze captured attention easier than direct gaze. We also found that when the target was absent, diverted gaze elicited a larger N170 component than direct gaze under configural processing on the left hemisphere, and the configural processing elicited a larger N170 on the right hemisphere, which is consistent with previous studies. On the whole, the present study demonstrated that the diverted gaze could capture attention easier than direct gaze, as reflected by the behavioral and ERP results. However, a new consideration is that when more faces or gaze directions are presented, the attentional advantage of diverted gaze is still worth exploring. In the end, I would express my gratitude to my supervisor Wang Hailing, my colleagues Wang Anqing, Li Jingjing, and the support of the grants. Thanks for your listening.